Hey ho, and what do you know? This is Mysterious15 from YouTube, and I'm here to bring you a playthrough of an old classic RPG game called Pocky and Rocky for the Super Nintendo. As you can tell, it was last made in 1993. And currently there are no remakes for it, not even on the Nintendo Wii. So I'm going to give you a full playthrough. I'm also known as GTS Fanman 1987 from DeviantArt. Also known as Luminar. You can just call me Lumi for short. So I'm going to give you a full playthrough of Pocky and Rocky. So here we go. Now, as you can tell, you get to choose between Pocky or Rocky. It's a two-player game. Pocky is the priestess of the shrine, and Rocky is the raccoon dog who can actually talk. Didn't expect that much from a game. Now you get to choose who you wish to play as. So I'm going to go through the playthrough as Pocky. Now, as you can see, as Rocky telling Pocky the priestess, all the goblins and demons have currently gone berserk, and now it's up to you. Now it's up to Pocky or Rocky, whoever you choose to play as, to help get them back to normal before it's too late. Each level on this game is much more difficult than the other. As you can see, I'm going through the Haunted Shrine, the first level of let's call it World 1. Now, as you can see, down where the symbol of Pocky is in the left-hand corner, right below it, it shows the number of lives you have, and the number of hearts you have is your health. Once you lose all your health, you lose a life. The green ball there is for your special move. You can use the R button on the Super Nintendo controller to use this special move. Each level comes with a certain amount of time you have to go through. If you run out of time, I think you either lose a life or have to restart the level. I'm not sure. That hasn't happened to me yet, but I haven't played this game not since it first came out back for Super Nintendo. Now, you also get a score. You might choose to go for a high score, depending if you want to or not. Now, here we go. A demonstration. The Y button was for continuous scroll attacks. Once you defeat an enemy, they leave behind an item. The dark orb there with with the talisman in it can increase the attack strength and for the talismans, not only making the attack stronger, but widening the range of the attack. You can also use the B button. Oh, I'll demonstrate that right now. The B button there is to use Pocky's shrine stick and knocks away some attacks like fireballs or other attacks that are hurled at you by the enemy. The ghosts there are monsters and demons that hold items that you can use to help increase your power through the game. The more orbs you get, the stronger your attacks become. However, the more damage you end up taking, the weaker your attack becomes. You can use the A button to throw one talisman at a time if you don't want to go too fast. But if there's more than one enemy, it's wise to use the Y button for continuous attacks. It's best to save your special attack, the R button, for later uses in case you run into a boss or have to use it in case of emergencies. There's several different kinds of talismans in the game. There's some for fire, which will let you use fire type attacks, and the more you get, the more red orbs you get that has fire, the more power you get for your attacks, increasing your chances of getting through the level with little problem. Now let's see what we get from these ghosts. That right there is a fire orb. It might have a talisman in it, but that's only because you're playing as Pocky. If you're playing as Rocky the raccoon dog, it'll show a leaf in there. This is a 2-player game, so you can have 2 players join in. I think I mentioned that earlier. Now then, let's continue. You can choose to take the red orb if you want, but I'll just reset your attack back to normal with just firepower. So it's best to stick with one orb at a time. Now at the top right hand corner, the box there is a package. Inside it contains a random item. It's best to go for it because it may contain recovery items or power orbs that help you through your journey. Now watch what happens when you have 2 of the same orbs together. The attacks become stronger and faster, and even the talismans become a little bigger. That is wise to use with this game. Now this talisman charm gives you a shield to help protect you against attacks. It's best to use this and use it wisely. You don't know how many you'll get in each level, so try to do your best and be careful of getting attacked. Now there are ghosts that come through the trees on the first world, so you have to be careful when dealing with them. The well up there contains monsters as well. So when you get near it, make sure to be ready to either use the spirit stick, which you can bounce monsters away, or use the Y button to attack and defeat them. You can only take 1 or 2 hits before losing the talisman charm, which gave you that protective aura. Now there are twists and turns at every corner. And I'm out of time for now. I'll be back in the next part.